family. Good night to everyone. Welcome to another podcast, another Sports Frenzzyy podcast. And you know that this is where we talk all sports. No matter if it's Jacks or Dandish, and we talk it here, man. And we have a very interesting show lined up for tonight. We have a lot of football action to decipher. None more so than the UEFA Champions League that took place yesterday and today. We saw an interesting fixture yesterday between Man City and PSG, and then today was even more, well, not so interesting somewhat. It was basically one sided in a sense. But we're going to start off on a match that took place yesterday. I have the Chelsea man, Ryan, and Ryan decided to drop his patriotism tonight, and the man coming in his blue shirt. Man is representing his team, man. No green shirt tonight. The man said no to the prosperity. It's all about the Blues tonight. Um, but we're going to leave the Blues for last. We're going to start off with the Man City against PSG.
So,
Now we
so
saw
we're
Man
starting
City.
with the light blue.
We said tonight is all about the Blues.
Mm.
But we saw Man City getting a victory against them, knocking out PSG, and they ran out what? It was two.
Two
It
nil.
was
Two
two
nil.
nil victors, and
Felt like such a long time ago.
yeah, that's the thing. It seems like the days are just moving by so quickly. But they ran out 2 nil victors, and it was somewhat easy. And I'm going to start off with Man City. What did Pep got right on this occasion, Ryan? Because we always talk, will Pep overthink his tactics at some point, or will he actually stick to them and see what and continuously use exactly what works for him? What did he do right across both these fixtures?
Pep didn't try to change nothing in terms of trying to be too clever. He just went with what has been working for him the past few months. A lot of people have been critical of him not using a striker, but based on what he is doing in terms of his system that he is implementing, the free roaming interchange and so forth type of system, that has been working for him. And he did not try to do anything clever. He just stick to what he has been doing and what has been working for him over the past few game weeks. So kudos to him for doing that and for not trying to be too smart.
Let's talk about the form of one Riyad Mahrez. I said it on the previous podcast, It seems like from these players have been recognizing the Ramadan and just celebrating it. These African players have been performing exceptional. And Riyad Mahrez had a field day yesterday, but talk about also Edison. That pass from Edison, man. They said that he's the best ball playing goalkeeper in the game right now. Do you agree with that?
Well, he's right up there.
So who would you have in that category along with him?
Uh Manuel Neuer, obviously,
Okay.
as
And what?
Neuer does not really hit them in terms of with the power that he has in terms of to spring an attack
Yeah.
like off the bat like that. Pickford, for all his faults, Pickford is also good with his
Oh
distribution.
boy.
I mean, no, for real. He's bad at a lot of things, but he's good with the kicking.
You can't leave out Alisson either. Alisson has
Yeah,
got
Alisson
to
as
go with it
well.
as well. And
And I realized that very underrated Dean Henderson.
yeah, I was just about to say that. Also, my keeper, Dean Edison, has developed that somewhat from Sheffield
Yeah,
United days. He has,
if you really look at Henderson's game, he does have that kick to the forward that
yeah,
can
man,
spring an attack easily.
yeah, man. But we straight away
I
at
think he did
Tottenham.
that in a game. Was it the West Ham game when Moyes was saying the ball went out or something like that? That
I
contributed to a
believe,
goal.
I believe it was, but he didn't kick this one also. The one against City. Remember when he threw the ball to Shaw?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
also another occasion. So he has that in his locker as well. Um, but in terms of Mars, because Mars has been a revelation for City over the past games. He has been on a good run of form. What's your take on him? And the reason why I ask you this question, it hurts my heart as a United fan to see him playing for City. Reason being, we had the opportunity to sign him, but because of Mourinho and his stuck up ways, Mourinho went for Sanchez, and then you have this man just performing so exceptional, and the right hand side for United is still somewhat open up and needing a right winger. What I made of Mahrez overall performance across these ties?
Well, we know that from Leicester days, Mahrez has been a very good player, and even with City, he has had some patches in terms of not so good form and good form mixed in between. But now he's on a very good run of form, and let us see if he can carry it into next season.
Also, another player by Man City that I'm impressed by was Ruben Diaz. Diaz has basically been the sign of the season, if you ask me. He has organized that City backline, and whenever he plays, you see that calmness and that calming influence. It kind of remind me of the days where you was a Chelsea man, you used to love
I
when
w-
you have a John Terry right around
yeah, I
there.
was going to say that enough. I was just about to say that.
So you have
The,
that.
the partnership, the Diaz Stones partnership reminds me of Terry Carvalho and Vidic Ferdinand as well.
Yeah,
You have a
and
old school type defender and a very um, smooth playing ball playing defender.
true. And
Yeah.
if you look at it, if you look at him, based across these three, was it three? Is the other three or four legs against these teams? I hardly believe that these teams had a shot against City. He totally marshaled that backline, and whenever he's around there, you get that calming influence. And you can see just based on how they play at the ball from the back and how they defend as a team, and even the compactness that you wouldn't really associate with even the fullbacks when it comes on to them defending as a four. You see a lot of that whenever Ruben Diaz play for them. And as one of our commenters, Tyrese McKenzie, is saying that we shouldn't leave out Zinchenko because Zinchenko was actually very good throughout.
Yeah, he
And
was very
yes,
good
we agree
yesterday.
with that. We agree with that. And even in the previous leg, remember that we spoke about it that he came on at halftime and he was the one that helped towards them scoring the opening goal in that first leg. So he has done well for
Did
them.
Cancelo
Ryan,
did Cancelo play the first leg?
yeah, I remember, and he came off halftime. I believe it was for some card issue or something like that.
Cancelo.
Remember it, man.
No, I'm asking about Cancelo. I'm
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to remember
saying,
if he played the first leg.
yeah, man, I believe he did, and he came off
Oh,
at
okay.
halftime because he got a yellow.
Oh,
But
okay.
remember that Zinchenko was the one who came on, and from Zinchenko came on, the game
Oh,
totally
yeah.
changed. And remember, all right, yeah, remember that Cancelo started that, right? I mean left back in that fixture,
Left
and
back.
Walker was the right back. Yeah, and then he got
Okay.
a card, and that was when Pep subbed him. But this leads me into my next question. You made mention of the fluency up front with him not using a naturally gifted forward in terms of a number nine or anything like that. But the thing that I want to ask, have you realized that Raheem Sterling hardly plays for City in terms of starting anymore? Is that case where Pep has lost trust in him and doesn't really see him as the player that he once was? Or
No,
is it
no,
or is it
no.
or is it a case, hold on man, let me finish. Or is it
Yeah,
a
man.
case of he has just had a bad season overall, and because of that it has somewhat stopped him from starting on a consistent basis?
That's the latter. Because I mean, what's Sterling's number now in terms of goals and assists this season? Not
I can't give it to you directly. Producer, could you pull up that please?
yeah, but he has he has a few goals and a few assists. So if this is the worst you're going to get from Sterling, you really don't have nothing to worry about. He's just on
But
a very he's just on a very bad run of form right now. And I don't think he's going to be any worse next season. I don't see where Sterling can be any worse than he's been in terms of his numbers right now.
Ryan, if you look at it though, you know that he hasn't played well even when he has scored or assisted this season. Or
Yeah,
they
and
can
that's what
pinpoint a
I'm
game.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Even when Sterling has bad games, some of the times he put up goals and assists.
That's
No,
because
he's
when he
not putting up them that
All right, all
much.
right. So a little stats on him. In the Premier League this season, he has 9 goals and 6 assists,
Not the worst stats, don't it?
but not the best also.
Exactly. But not the worst. So if you're going to get a 15 goal contribution from your wide player in a season, you really don't have nothing to worry about. And that's the worst he can offer you. You really don't have nothing to worry about.
Okay, but
I mean, you can't, if he's not
to
going to
be,
get any worse than that, then what are you worrying about?
are you sure about that? Because I mean, he has improved
Bad
drastically
season. Just a bad,
since he has went to
I'm
City.
going to chart this down to a bad season. He's 26-year old. He should be in his prime. So I'm just going to chart this down as a bad season. It happens.
So I'm going to draw for a parallel. So it's just like a case where I see a lot of Man United fans saying that Martial is still a good player, but he's just having a bad season overall. Yes, he is out injured now, but they're saying that
Okay.
he just
So apart from last season, when did Marshall put up good numbers?
he hasn't done that on a consistent basis, if you ask me.
Exactly. Last season alone was the only season you can say, yeah, Marshall put up some significantly good numbers. Outside
So
of that,
total
he
different
does not.
scenario, huh?
Marshall does not have the credit that Sterling has
All right,
to say,
boss.
okay, he's going to rebound.
All right, boss. Um, yes, Alidan in the comment section saying that the partnership is great for the years. Not everyone play well with left foot defenders. Two right normally play better than a left and right. I don't argue with I don't
I
argue with
don't know
that.
if I agree with that.
I with it because
I
generally
don't think,
you
to be honest with you, I don't think the foot that you use. I am not a believer in the foot that you use being an issue. You know?
yes it comes down to intelligence and
Yeah, because you can. So, so let us say Stones and Diaz get injured. You're going to tell me say Aki and Laporte can't play because the two of them left-footed?
basically that's what I get from the comment.
I don't believe in that.
I agree with you. Next up, Ryan. If one Pep Guardiola goes on to win this Champions League, does it cement him as the Manchester City manager for the probably next 5 years? I think that at some
Well,
point, or do you think that based on what he has achieved with them so far in terms of winning all those EPL titles, and the one thing that has always elapsed, has always out of his grasp is getting the Champions League for them. If he goes on to get this, do you think that this is the end of the road that he has accomplished what he had set out to get, or do you think he will go on and probably try to dominate
well,
from the Premier League?
we see coaches win Champions League and get fired 3 months later. So we can't really say that it will cement him. But about his legacy now, then it will enhance his legacy even further as one of the greatest coaches ever. It will
Yeah,
put
man,
him right up there.
but come on, Ryan. We're talking about one Pep Guardiola. Do you actually think that Man City would actually fire that man? Come on, man.
It's not impossible. You can go on a real bad in a form now. Anything
No,
can
man.
happen. You can.
Ryan, Ryan,
It can happen. It's
Ryan,
football. We've seen these things happen before in football.
Ryan.
You
Let's
think somebody can't get fired? They go on a bad run
Ryan.
and then lose
Come
them
on,
job.
man. Do you know that Pep and the directors at City are like best of friends?
Yes, until that's how business going on. If you're making your money for the boss, you and him going to be very close. When you
Yeah,
stop
man.
making the money now,
But Ryan,
when you
remember
stop
that it's
bringing
not
them,
just
when you
Man
stop
City days they're
delivering
coming from,
results, huh?
Remember that it's not Man City days they're just coming from them. Remember it was from
Yeah, but
Barcelona and all
yeah,
those
but
days.
he
So,
was delivering results. When you're not delivering results, it's a different ball game.
but look at
Unintended.
it. Look at it. Pep himself was said to had reached a point where he was going to leave. And it was the directors who talked him out of it and he ended up
Okay.
staying. So
But
based on
Pep has always been delivering. That's the difference.
and that's
When
what I'm
you're
saying
not
to you.
delivering,
You just you just
when
bring a
you're
point,
not delivering, no, you ask me about cementing his legacy or whatever it is for the next 5 years. I'm saying to you, you can't use a Champions League and say, oh, you're the next coach, you're the coach for the next 5 years. Anything can happen in football.
Yeah.
What if you go on a real bad run of form and City fighting for a top 6 position. It can cost him his job.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but I don't see that happening though.
No, I
Based on
don't
the
see
squad,
that happening either.
based on the
But
squad that he hold on, Ryan. Based on the squad that he has, and also with didn't FIFA actually come up with a plan that they're going to lift what do you call it,
the FFP,
financial fair play?
yeah,
Yeah. So with that being lifted, it also now gives them more flexibility to spend as much as they want to get
yeah,
it away from
I
their
get
fans.
that, I get that. But I'm just answering the question according to what you asked it. Things
Yeah, go
happen
go
in
on, go
football.
on. Yeah, it does. But with that being said, though, we'll now move over to the side that was very awful, and that player that should have actually stand up when his side need him. He was actually one of their worst players yesterday. I'm talking about one Neymar, and it goes to show something that our producer and even one of our analysts has been saying for the longest while, that Neymar is not the best player at PSG. The best player at PSG is one Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe was on the bench yesterday, didn't start, and just as expected, one of the worst performance from PSG overall. Majority of these players were just there hugging the ball, and I didn't see any team play yesterday. It was just a case like everyone wanted to do it all by themselves. Di Maria
And
and
we're going to talk
Neymar.
about how bad Di Maria was.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm going to give you a chance to
Okay.
discuss it, And overall, it was an awful performance, and a producer has been beating Pochettino right through it. It says that Pochettino is a big choker, and
Yeah, I won't put this on Pochettino because Pochettino has been a half-season coach. Next season is when I'm going to truly judge Pochettino.
but you know that I can easily debunk your argument. Thomas Tuchel is a half-season coach as well.
Yeah, but if Tuchel go lose the final, they're going to call him a choker too. So
No, because they don't have him as a favorite. Chelsea is not the favorite,
no,
and remember,
we know how fans get already. If
come on, man, Ryan,
but
we're talking about.
PSG was a favorite though. It was City was always a favorite, you know.
No, man, a lot of people had PSG as favorite, and a lot of people
It
had them
was PSG
beating Man City.
because when the odds were coming out, it was always City, and somehow Chelsea was above Madrid and PSG. Somehow I don't know, but hey, play out according to the odds.
You guys were further down, man. Try remember that.
No man, when the quarterfinals draw was made, Chelsea was above Real Madrid.
They were.
Yeah.
But Ryan, if you look at it from an analytical standpoint, right? Would you say that PSG has a better team than Chelsea?
PSG has better match winners than Chelsea. In terms of the team, I don't really like PSG team
No, but I'm
because
talking.
PSG,
I'm
PSG,
talking about.
PSG,
Hold on, man. I get that, but I'm talking about individual. Would you say
and
that
I'm
in
saying,
terms of
and I'm
individuals?
saying, when you look at Chelsea team, you don't really see a standout player. When you look at PSG team, you see two world-class players and other players that can win a match. And those other players I'm talking about are like the Icardi and the Di Maria. Those type players can win you a game. Chelsea is a team more. Chelsea is more of a team than a team of
All right. So
that
you're
have,
saying
yeah,
that
individual.
they're more a
Yeah, but
team
when you
of
delve,
players rather than individualistic
yeah, but when you
performance.
delve further down into PSG's starting 11 and the bench, there's a lot of flaws. PSG has a lot of workhorses. They
All
don't
right.
really have a creative midfielder of such. You really, unless you're going to call Verratti a creative midfielder, which is not really.
That is something that I always look at because, all right, if you look at the midfield, right, you have Paredes,
It's a
Herrera,
workhorse midfield.
Verratti. That's what I was saying. All those players are all far way too similar. All of them play box to box. You don't see those players spraying passes out to wings and all of that on a consistent basis. And in terms of those wingers, it basically comes down to Neymar and Di Maria,
Mm-hmm.
Mbappe to create the chances. Otherwise, some that if they're not performing, then PSG looks really flat. But Ryan, I can't just say you won't help wouldn't accredit some of this failure on Pochettino. You have to do it, man, because if you set out a team, right, and how I say this, as a coach, if you're good enough, if you set out a team and you see that they're not doing what they're supposed to do,
Hold
you're
on,
going to
PSG. Hold on, PSG lost to the favorites. You know. You're really going to call Machoka for losing to the favorites?
Ryan. It's not because they lost, it's how they lost. Would you say that PSG put up any sort of resilience yesterday?
No, not yesterday.
Or
It
flat?
was an awful second leg for them.
Okay. And hold on, let's point it out. PSG has played three halves of terrible football. The last three halves that they have played have been awful. Yes, they were very good in that first leg. First leg, first half. After that, it has been a total domination by Man City. And they were awful right throughout. And you can't tell me that you're not going to credit some of that to the coach. Coach has to take blames for that.
No,
Because if
all right, fine. All right, fine. Let us say we give some of the blame to Pochettino. I am still going to judge him next season when
yeah, I
he
get
get
that.
when he gets the market to make his to effect his changes and to put his imprint on the team. That is when I will actually judge Pochettino.
All right, hold on a sec though. To all the Chelsea fans out there, the producer Josh Carl says that he apologized. So especially Andrew Chelsea, man say apologize to him because he was one that said that he expected that Chelsea would have been knocked out, and that wasn't the case. And Andre, man say I must send on in business. So no matter go around the thing, man say I must send on. But yeah, the producer said he apologized for that. Um, no, we'll move on, Ryan, and we look at PSG team now. We're talking about those individuals. Do you see it where one Neymar will probably leave this season, also Kylian Mbappe?
It's possible. I don't think both leaves at the same time. I think maybe one, then the other.
Which one
I
I think most
don't.
likely?
I don't really see a situation where both leaves at the same time. I think Neymar is the most likely person to leave.
So you're saying back to Barcelona.
Yeah, I think so.
And in terms of Kylian, you're saying that you expect Kylian to probably leave next summer.
Mm. If he's going to leave, I think next. All right, let me put it this way: if Neymar leaves this summer, I don't see Mbappe leaving. So more than likely, yes, next summer.
And if you look at them though, right? And I'm looking at a few pointers when it comes down to this team. If you really look at PSG, you know that PSG is actually a team that needs rebuilding as well, based on who they have. And you said it in terms of the midfield. They don't have any creativity because you look at Draxler. Draxler has been so disappointing. Draxler is actually one of the worst.
Draxler has not picked up football in 5 years.
Draxler is one of the worst German players. Coming from a German fan, he's one of the worst I've seen. He was talented when he was at Wolfsburg and all of that, but since then, oh boy.
As I
And
say, he
also,
hasn't picked up football in 5 years.
one thing that I totally forgot that I should have said: Thomas Tuchel has become the first manager to bring two different teams to the Champions League final in back-to-back seasons. And also, Thiago Silva is one of those players who has followed him suit and been to back-to-back Champions League final with two different teams. Also,
Yeah.
in other stats for the Chelsea fans, because it seems like it's a all blues night. One, Chelsea women and also their men team is the first will have both men and women team in both Champions League final because Chelsea will play the Champions League final against Barcelona for women, and they know that they are going to play against Man City. And that leads me over to them now. So we saw Chelsea taking on Real Madrid earlier on today, a match that Chelsea could have easily won by four clear goals. They were that good in parts, especially one in N'Golo Kante. He was all over. He played like a beast all throughout. And also reminder that Chelsea could have won the first leg easily by 3 goals to 1. So they totally dominated this fixture. And Ryan, how do you analyze how you guys played today?
Agreed with you in terms of if we had won 4-0, even 5-0, it would not have flattered us because the amount of chances, clear-cut chances we created, we could have easily run out easy winners. And that's the problem with Chelsea. We create a lot of chances. We don't create a lot of chances all the time, but when we do, we don't score a lot of goals. And I think maybe it's because the team is young, but going forward, while the team matures, this is something that they have to get better at, putting away the chances because it could have come back and affect us because it's Real Madrid. And we know how Real Madrid and Champions League go already. So thankfully, it did not come back to bite us. And we're in the final.
Yeah, man. And guess what? Chelsea also played with 12 players today because one Eden Hazard was part of the Chelsea lineup today because that man did absolutely nothing for the time that he spent on the pitch. But we're not going to talk about non-performers. We're going to talk about performers because that is what we do at Sports Friends. We talk about people that performs, and one Mason Mount has been absolutely brilliant for Chelsea, and also whenever he dons that English jersey. Ryan, what to make of this player? And a lot of us, even here at Sports Frenzy, criticized him based on when he was playing for Lampard because Lampard persisted with him, and at some point we normally question it as to why he has benched a lot of other players and just to fit in Mount. But Mount has shown us that he actually deserved to be in this Chelsea lineup and also the England team lineup. What to make of him and his overall performance today?
Well, as Gareth Southgate said, when Lampard was picking him and when he was picking him, everybody was critical. But when Tuchel came in and started to pick him, everybody said, "Oh yeah, Mount deserves to play." So it's a funny one. Um, I always saw the value that Mason Mount brought to Chelsea, even when he was not in the best of form, because the things that Mount does, we don't really have other midfielders to do that in terms of the back and forth and do the back and forth, the box to box. And let me put it the next way. Mount is the only midfielder that Chelsea has that can do the box to box and also be a very good attacking midfielder at the same time.
You're not thinking about it, you're actually spot on because if you look at the midfield, Jorginho, sit. Kovacic, yeah, he plays the box to box somewhat, but then when it comes down to the attacking aspect of his game, he's lacking. And
So
then you know that can
the constant pressing that is offered, only Mason Mount alone can really do that for Chelsea.
you're actually right.
Whether he plays it high up the field or whether he plays in the midfield, we don't really have an ex-player who can do that. So he always had that value. He always bring that to the team, regardless of the form that he was in.
True. Do you credit some of what Chelsea has achieved thus far to Frank Lampard? Because remember that even though he was performing badly in the league, you guys were actually doing well in the Champions League under him.
Well, that's what I said today. Lampard was the one who won the group,
Yeah, he
and
did.
if he had come second in his group, then we'd have gotten way harder draws and maybe wouldn't be here. So you have to
So
credit some
you're
of it
saying
too.
that you have to give some of the credit to him.
Yeah, I mean, he
Since
won the
you're a
group.
fair man.
He did well.
Janai, I just put up your comment on the screen. Yeah, man, go ahead, man. Finish.
No, I
So,
mean,
Janai, here's
same way,
Janai
like
commenting saying
same
that.
way, the same way is the same way it is that Lampard has to take some of the blame for us fighting for a top four spot. Is the same breath you have to credit him for winning the group in the Champions League. You have to give and take at times.
True,
You can't just blame him for one
true.
part and then you won't credit him for something else. You just have to be honest about it.
Agreed upon. So here's John I ask it. I'm saying that what we want is a lethal center for can play on the wing. This is something that I had discussed about a week ago. You said that yeah, you would actually get a center forward in because Tammy Abraham can't play center forward. That man is just another bug. But you're getting a center forward and actually use Timo Werner as the winger. And we also said that based on how he plays, that was the exact player we saw at Leipzig. He plays as a winger and he cut in and he draws defenders to him because when it comes on to beating players, it's quite easy for Werner to do. But when it comes down to Werner putting the ball into the back of the net, that is where he has come under a lot of scrutiny. But even though he has missed quite a few easy chances, because this is his first season and he's in double figures for both goal and assists. So, Ryan, I mean, you only can get better. Just like you said that if you look at Sterling,
I'm saying all of this, it could have been so much better. Is what 10 and 11 or 11 and 10 or something to that effect. He could have easily been
yeah.
20 and 10.
You mean 20 than about 15 because remember that he has created quite a few opportunities that have been
No,
pushed by other
I
forwards as
won't
well
blame
to
him
him.
for the assists that people miss because he has not, him can't really control that, but he can control the ones that he misses. So he could be 20 than 10 or 12 or whatever it is that he's on right now. So the 10 or 11 or 12 that he has scored, he could have easily doubled that. And we
Yeah,
could have been
true.
saying, okay, Werner is one of the best players in the league or in the world right now. If he had put away most of his clear-cut chances.
I agree with you totally. Also, Tuchel, we're to touch on him a bit. Since he has come into your club, he has been a breath of fresh air. And he has helped out you guys a lot. And now you're into a Champions League final with him at the helm. Is it a case of Roberto Di Matteo playing all over again? Or will it be a case of it will be a total different scenario this time around? Because I remember that
You
him
remember
at
you
home.
asked me a while ago about Marshall and who was it again?
Sterling
Sterling, and I said that Sterling has more credit.
says the
Tuchel
same
is
thing
a
as about
way
Tuchel.
better coach than Di Matteo was. Di Matteo was just come who just happened to win. Thank God for that win still, but he just happened to win a Champions League and an FA Cup.
So you're seeing Tuchel in Chelsea's foreseeable future. You see him as a man that will be at the helm.
Well, he's a quality coach. He has been around. He knows what it is to win things. So yeah, he has to be the man right now.
But I can also draw back for a point that you made earlier. And you remember when you and I was discussing Pep Guardiola, you said that there's a likely possibility. Well, there's a possibility that he can come into next season and still perform poorly, and then he get the
Yeah,
boot.
and that's what I said.
Does the
He's the man
same
right
thing? Does
now.
it apply for
No,
Tuchel?
I said he's the man right now. I never said the man for the next 5 years.
But you're known for sucking managers. So I mean, I the producer is saying that he expect Tuchel to get sacked next season.
Yes, same way like we expected Madrid to be in the final today.
So you've been using one particular word all night long, Ryan. Where you said the producer have no credit to come with that. Producer here, you don't have no credit whatsoever to come with such say. But yeah, I agree with you somewhat. Based on how he has done this season, it would surprise me if he is not at the helm come next season. And well, you know that when it comes down to me, I hope that you guys don't perform well. But Champions League final is the next day. I won't really talk about that right now because I'm sticking on one side of the fence of who I want to win because I hate Man City with a passion. I also hate Chelsea with a passion, but boy, it's sticky when you have to
I
just pick
realize
one.
that thing. I realize that trend. I realize a lot of Manchester United fans supporting City for the final. Oh, that makes sense.
Not this one. And I can't talk
I
for the
can't
producer. The
understand it,
producer is
and
the producer is
their
not.
answer is because in the group in the groups that they're in, there's more Chelsea fan than City fan. But in the world of football, that don't make any sense. So you're
All
more
right,
worried about
Ryan,
a group of
I
20
can,
or 30
I can talk
fans.
for myself. I can talk for myself, right? Number one, I know some United fans out there are saying that, oh, well, I saw a little stupid post by a man that says that United fan that says that, oh, if Pep wins Champions League, Pep will be the greatest coach of all time and whatnot. You see, for me personally, once you start disrespecting Fergie right there, that is one of the reasons I don't want Pep win it. Because then you can't go talk to the man, them are gonna say, oh, this means Pep are the greatest, and guess what? Pep is not the greatest for me. So yes, Chelsea fans are annoying. I'm going to say that. You guys are very annoying, but I can deal with you, man. Then people just keep on try to lambast the greatest coach of all time, try to just bring down his level of success. So on that basis, well, I didn't really want to say it, but based on what I just uttered, then you actually see that I just said that I want Chelsea to win the final. But I'm going to move over to Madrid now. And I saw a comment there, and I didn't remember to bring it up, but I saw one of our commenters saying that, I believe it was Sheldon, saying that he has watched over 65% of Madrid matches this season, and majority of these matches they haven't looked good. And I can attest to that. Our producer and I said it to a Madrid fan. He was saying that, oh, Madrid is this, Madrid is that. And I was always saying that they don't look like a team. And they're also a team that needs significant rebuilding. Now, Madrid is at a place where they're actually looking to, or did they renew 35-year-old Luka Madrid contract? They're also on the cusp of agreeing terms with Sergio Ramos and a new contract as well. I'm like, boss man, don't you guys actually see that their team is becoming old and lack a lot of quality? Because if you look at the wide areas, they have Isco. What is Isco doing at Madrid? Just warm the bench. He's just become a Gareth Bale. He's just warming the bench right throughout. If you look at the midfield, Cruz is at a certain age, and I always said it, I don't want Cruz in German midfield. If we are looking forward, I don't want him to be in this team. And yes, he has done fairly well at some point this season, but he has done well against teams that play very slow. When it comes up against teams that actually pressure him a lot,
Like
Cruz
today.
tend, like today, Kante backpocketed all three of them. Casemiro, Cruz, and
And
Modric.
when Pulisic came on and turned him on him up and he tackled Pulisic later and got the yellow card.
Yeah, man. So if you look at them overall, Ryan, don't you think that is a team that needs significant rebuilding?
Yeah, man. Even the Madrid fans said it earlier today, said that they got further than they expected. Madrid got further than they expected. Because let us be honest, a lesser coach, if it wasn't for Zidane, I don't see Real Madrid going this far. More than likely, maybe not even past second round, based on
So
the age that they have and the fact that they have been playing with so many injuries all season and a bunch of other things. They have done very well to be in the title race and to go this far in the Champions League. So
so here's real in Chelsea Bailey. Uh, One of those fans that share dual fanship. I just bring that word fanship. So she's a dual fan. She supports both Chelsea and Real Madrid, and she's saying that Madrid haven't looked good this season at all. People thought they'd win based on their past in UCL, not because they were doing anything special this season. Completely agree, and also the fact that one Zinedine Zidane is at the helm, and he's the one that brought them those back to back.
but remember what I said
Well,
last week about Real Madrid?
yeah, I remember what you said.
Real Madrid is like when your cell phone is on 15% and then you're on the road and you turn off some of the features to preserve it.
Yeah.
That's what they have done when they realize that they have had so many injuries and the team is old and all those things. They kind of just shut down certain things and say, okay, we're going to reserve our energy and see how far we can go.
All right, so earlier on I said that it was Sheldon, but it wasn't Sheldon. It was actually Alidan who brought it up. And producer, there's another one on the in the comment section. Mark Bryan saying that I'm gonna get some rum because Missy a Sal Factory says Chelsea are gonna win. Producer, you're the man talking. Shakes, where have you been all night, man? Look how long we've been trying to get you.
Sorry, guys.
All right, so Shakes, we're at a club that you once supported, Man City, because I'm going to get your views on PSG and
I once supported.
in Real Madrid. Of course, you're a Real Madrid fan. Don't come with that, Shakes.
No, I'm
You
not.
and I both know that when Cristiano Ronaldo was at Real Madrid, you were a Real Madrid fan.
I'm a Cristiano Ronaldo fan, not a Real Madrid supporter.
Oh boy, Shakes, I need to stop it in.
It's just like if LeBron James get up and move, if Steph Curry get up and leave Golden State, some people would get up and go with Steph Curry.
All right, we're not going to be ridiculous because Steph won't leave Golden State Warriors. But
I just had to throw that one out for you.
but I'm going to get your views on Real Madrid. I'm saying that their team, right, is an aging squad and they need significant rebuilding. What's your take on that? And also, what's your take on how they played today?
Yeah, I believe that this was the second oldest average age for their team, 29 years and I think 128 days. Yeah, that they have ever played Champions League. Go again?
You're that young?
Yeah. Yeah, so 29. But that's their oldest team they have ever put out, second oldest team that they've ever put out in the Champions League. But when you really look on it, Levan, let me tell you something. When we spoke, right? The only reason we gave Madrid a chance was because we thought Chelsea wasted their opportunities from the first leg.
As one of our viewers is pointing out, Jana is saying that Lal Shakes and Madrid would get us because we missed our chances to bury them.
Right? But for those who were on the live from the draw was made, I had Bayern versus Chelsea in the final, right? That's what I had. Akil Henry, who is one of the biggest Chelsea supporters, will tell you he was surprised. I remember when he texted it on Facebook and said, "You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah," right? And when you look at what happened in the game today, listen, Chelsea, you and I spoke about Kante, right? Kante is like 3 players. And all of what Madrid had to offer, it was basically cancelled out by Kante alone, right? Kante was able to control the from Zidane had to take off Casemiro in a game. It is very bad for Real Madrid. Because Casemiro is a man that basically shield their defense, right?
Agreed.
So from once you see the coach taking off Casemiro, say things gone bad. And we all know we've spoken about it. Well, I've spoken about Eden Hazard. That Eden Hazard, for me, is finished as a footballer. So anybody that was looking to Eden Hazard to come on.
Shakes.
Yes?
Ask Ryan what I said to him while we were backstage.
What's that?
Eden Hazard is a done footballer.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
He's at a
because
point of no return.
on one of the lives I pointed out the injuries that he has sustained or he will never ever come back, right? So he's just wasting time. Real Madrid just wasting time, right? He can just ship off and go to the MLS. Real Madrid,
like a Daniel Sturridge situation.
Exactly. They're in a rebuilding mode right now. Listen, it was a good accomplishment for Real Madrid to get to the final. As I said, the only reason I had gone with semifinals, the only reason I had gone with Madrid, as I said, is because I just thought Chelsea wasted that glorious opportunity to beat them 5-0 in the first leg. And any Chelsea player would admit that. You know what? I believe it was either Mason Mount or Timo Werner said today, we should have scored 5 or 6 against them. That's what the Chelsea players said, right?
That's what we also said before you
All
came
right.
on.
Okay.
But I'm glad that one of our viewers pointed it out. Oh yes, Julian Spears saying that Hazard just a collect. So I agree with that totally. Hazard has just become what Gareth Bale is. Football is basically that man's second love now. The injury room has become his favorite place. I have to
So
agree with
Gareth
that,
Bale,
boss.
what Gareth Bale is again? Wales, golf, and Real Madrid.
Yep.
So far as that is what pizza, hospital. Real Madrid.
And Belgium.
He can't make Belgium. Remember, the man can't keep fitting, so he might go
It's
with
just a
Belgium.
it's just a sad it's just a sad end to his career. Trust me, a very sad end.
True. Well,
Yeah.
Shakes, I'm going to stick with it because I want your view on PSG because I'm saying that what, where do they go from now? What happens now to one Kylian Mbappe and
It's
Neymar? Where do
simple.
they
The
leave it?
culture at PSG is wrong, right? Parisian life and Brazilians don't work well. When you have the leader of the group be Neymar, for me, he's not the best player at PSG. That's
I said it.
Mbappe, right? Anybody don't like that, go hug that up and go chuck off. So Mbappe is the best player. However, Neymar and Di Maria, they are the leaders of the club. And the kind of values that they instill ain't gonna work, right? So they're not gonna be successful to the level to which we know or we would want to see them. It was just terrible that they were basically in a semifinals and they had nothing to offer. Neymar, on the live Monday, I said Neymar it's basically his moment of redemption where he needs to come to the party. What did he do on the field? I said the man just lying down on the field, playing in the snow, cussing the referee sometimes and then smiling. And I'm like, nigga,
But
you
but
don't even kick a shot at Ederson. What are you
but
doing
but,
on the
but
field?
Shakes, you forgot one important part.
Which
You
is what?
remember that skill that Kyle Walker pulled off on him that had him hitting some of the snow?
Ah, listen, every time I saw Neymar trying to run by Kyle Walker, I saw Kyle Walker just running him down, taking away the ball from him. And I'm like, okay, so you can't dribble past Kyle Walker. Like, come on, you can't dribble past the man. People need to realize, Neymar is 29, 29. Neymar is supposed to be in his prime. People need to understand that the man is 29. He's not 33. Right? So
Shakes,
it's a big
you remember the
disappointment.
live you came on. You remember the live that you had came on and said that Neymar, who should actually be the face of football, is not right now with
Yeah,
Messi and
he
Cristiano
should have
leaving
been.
the
He
ball game.
should have been.
They're becoming
You know
they're
when
reaching the
you know
twilight
when I
of their career.
realized Neymar is not the he will win a few big games here and there, yes, but when I realized that he's not a major, he won't win a lot of big games for you, was the Belgium Brazil match in the World Cup.
They say they gone. They say it went lost. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's when I
He
realized
goes,
that Neymar is not the type of person you put up and say, okay, win me a game. You more than
listen,
likely will do that with an Mbappe, but not a Neymar.
you see when Neymar have two other top class superstars, yes, it's easier for him to shine because you know that the attention to detail will have to be split amongst those three players. If it's just he alone on the field, listen, everybody knows that when Neymar picks up the ball in his half and try to dribble, yes, he will beat three players, but he's gonna go around in a circle, and then the two other players are going to just stop him before he even reaches to the final third. There was only one time when he literally got into the box and he took ages to shoot. I don't remember if it's Zinchenko blocked that shot, right? But
The one when
that was
Zinchenko and Stones run him down, go straight.
exactly
It was Zinchenko and Stones, the two of them
yeah,
run him
but I
down.
think it's Zinchenko that
And
that
Zinchenko
got
end up
that
block the
got
shot.
in the block. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was the only time that I can recall in the game where he literally ended up in the box after a dribble. Outside of that, it's just dribble, lose it. Dribble,
okay,
lose it.
okay, Shake. So Ryan was going to say it, but I think it actually slipped him. No, you just basically push Neymar where he actually belongs, down on the ground. Ryan don't want me to say it. A lot of people call him the wizard, but I call him something else. I won't say it on the live. I'll leave it alone. But let's talk about how awful Angel Di Mario was.
Hold on, before you get to that, let
Oh
me
yeah,
ask
we
you this
started with
question. What's the difference between Robinho and Neymar?
Rabino is in prison, Neymar is not.
No, we're talking about football. Come on.
Whoa. Um, one has a few titles, quite a few titles. What they have, and one doesn't really have much.
But you
Basically, both of
realize,
them,
but you realize that they're very similar, right?
yeah, in terms of overall skill play and all of that.
Yeah.
But in terms of Angel Di Maria, no. What do you make of him? He had a game to forget.
For Di Maria, I can understand his frustration. Why? Because Man City's defensive line was so outstanding. Where if you realize first half he was able to do whatever he wanted to do. However, in the second leg, he could literally get past nobody on that Man City team, right? So I can understand his frustration. Listen, you see when you're losing and you know that you don't stand a chance, and because it was Fernandinho that came up to him. That Brazilian, Argentinian, South American warfare, right? It was just the wrong man at the wrong time because and listen, Fernandinho knew exactly what he
What
was
he was
doing,
doing.
right?
Fernandino
It
always
was
knows what he's doing.
brilliant. It was brilliant by
Always.
him,
Shakes.
right?
You know
Fernandino
Fernandino
is
was
the
very annoying
master.
yesterday.
Yo, think about it. Think about it. Look
He
how
should have
Fernandino is
been
the
far
master
carded.
of tactical
Look
fouls.
how far, look how far Fernandinho had to walk off into the snow across the touchline to get to the man.
How old is Fernandino again?
But that's the thing, experience, right?
And
Experience.
Shakes. To be fair though, you know that Fernandino was very annoying yesterday, and that he should have been carded on quite a few
Very
occasions.
Listen,
annoying. Yeah, very.
Fernandinho is
The
the player
master,
in
the
in
master of the
history that
tactical.
I've always seen been able to foul people repeatedly and never get a card.
He's the
I won't.
master at it.
I don't want to touch it yet, but it will be a very interesting battle between him and N'Golo Kante. But Shakes, continue. We said Di Maria now, right?
Di
I
Maria,
pers
yeah, it
I
was
per
just
I pers I,
frustration, as I said.
my personal belief is that Paris Saint-Germain need to get rid of him. As we said, Ryan said it. They basically have two designated leader, and you also, I think you said it as well. Neymar and Di
And Di
Maria.
Maria.
If you have these designated players, these leaders and all of that, and they're not pulling their weights, why continue to persist? I always say that. You see, in terms of, yes, yeah, nothing wrong with going for superstars, but if you're just looking at aging superstars that are not getting anywhere, why continue to persist with them? Why not try to build? Because Ryan and I said it as well, they lack creativity in the middle, and there's a youngster over by Paris that I believe they should have given him a chance from probably last season. He was at Barcelona at one point. His name is Xavi Simons. Why isn't that guy getting any game time? And he's way more creative than some of these players that they are playing through the middle. So I mean, if you are trying one thing and it's not working, why not try something else? And as I said, time to get
That's
rid
why
of
I'm
him,
saying
man.
I'm giving. That's why I'm saying I'm giving Poch until next season to properly judge him. I am not going to judge a coach of half season.
I am going to do. Just like I can judge Tuchel right now, I can judge Pochettino just the same. And a lot of people going to say, "Oh yes, you know that Pochettino isn't much far off from Ole, and probably you could rank Ole better than him right now too."
No,
People are gonna say, "Oh, Pochettino
no.
has a trophy. He has a
Pochettino is a
trophy."
better coach.
Listen, boss. Pochettino has a title to his name, all because of the work of one Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel got PSG to that final, and he just came in and what? It was within 3 games they won the cup. But
Pochettino is a better coach than
I for
Ole.
one is happy that he's not at
Let us not go
one
there.
is happy that he's not at United.
Oh,
But
and I am happy he's not at United as well.
As I said, the
go again.
culture needs to change at
And I
PSG.
am also happy he's not at United.
Don't worry yourself, man. Remember that you guys
As
are
soon
coming 10th next season. You know?
as soon as the culture changes, that's the only way PSG will do well in Europe. And in
Yeah.
do well, we mean win the Champions League.
All right. So that's basically it on the Champions League. Now we're going to talk about a man a lot of people call quote scammer because this man just go around us is enjoying his money right now. We're talking about none other than Jose Mourinho is now the head coach of AS Roma. And this man was fired like what, 15 days ago from Spurs, and
Mhm.
within 15 days he has gotten a new job. Shakes, your favorite coach back in a job. And do you think that this is a club that actually fits him?
Boy, tough one to answer because I just don't think that he should be coaching. Um, Roma, they're desperate. Let's put that out. Roma, they're desperate. Because for many seasons now, it has just not worked. They have gone for some Italians. It has not worked. They try to promote within the club. It hasn't worked over the years. So it was either
They have
go for
sold a
Jose.
lot.
But remember that their current coach is a Portuguese.
No man, attacking before him,
Okay.
right? So it was either go for Jose or try to find somebody else in Italy. But
Max
who is
Allegri.
there
Max
apart from
Allegri is Max
Allegri
he's still out of a
and
job.
Allegri? I don't think Allegri wants that team. I think Allegri is waiting to possibly go back to Juventus.
I've been saying that, but Allegri is not
Yeah.
going back unless one Shake's favorite player.
But the
Not
thing
a
with
problem.
the thing with Juventus wants to play more attractive football.
That's why they're sticking by
That-
Pirlo.
That's the thing.
But Shakes,
As for, oh,
I personally think that the main reason why they really went for Jose is because of who now owns the club. Remember that Roma recently had a takeover. They were taken over by some Americans. So you know that these men are looking at getting greater value for themselves. So you know that Jose can probably bring them up the table and more on the map.
yeah.
But in terms of
What
him
he will
fixing
do,
Roma,
what he will do is secure Champions League for them. So they'll come in fourth in the league,
they said
and that will get them
they'll be
But
into
fighting.
the
let us be
They'll be
Champions
honest
fighting.
now,
League.
you know, coming fourth in Italy is not so easy like one time.
I was just about to say
Yeah,
that.
but guess what? Based on where they are now, that is
Seventh?
basically a title for Jose.
Seventh? No, I'm
Huh?
saying Roma is a seventh place team now.
No man, no,
Coming fourth,
not based on
coming
their
fourth next
position.
season. No, no, I'm you. No, hold on. Coming fourth is not going to be as easy as
No, I
saying, oh,
know.
you can come
That is
fourth.
why I'm saying coming fourth would actually work out to be a title for Jose at a club like Roma right now.
What they're saying, Shake, it's just like the season where he said
I get
when
that.
he was at United where he said coming second is like winning
Second
a title.
greatest
Exactly. And
achievement.
guess what? Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if next year, if he finishes third or say fourth in the table, don't be surprised if he says and look and goes back and say, oh, well, we're coming from seventh. This is big improvement. We are now in the Champions League. We can now build on what we have.
And Rome was
Yeah.
building a day.
Thank you.
Shakes, that was a good impersonation. But as Ryan said, it's not easy as it once was because
No.
you know that you have Inter Milan with Conte, then Juventus is going to do better next season. They can't do any worse than they actually do this season. Then
Atalanta.
Atalanta has
Napoli.
become a top four team consistently, and another
Yeah.
team that we can't rule
I
out
have AC
any at all.
Milan.
You have AC Milan in there as well, but another team that we can't rule out, Lazio, because Lazio have become one of those teams that consistently challenge for that top four spot, and it won't be as
Napoli.
easy as it is. Though is that what if Jose actually? Why am I talking about Jose? I mean Jose. If Jose actually put down some of his stubborn ways, he can actually do well at Roma because Roma has quite a few quality players on their books. So if he actually drop his ego, in which we know that he'll not do,
Well, he has the type of striker that he likes, except that he's old.
come on, man. Jeka time up, man. Jeka hasn't even done good this
Yeah,
season.
but we all know Jose like those type of strikers.
Yeah, he does. And then again, Borja Mayoral is similar to him in a sense, but we'll see how that one goes. I'm just, well, I'm not really sorry for them, but Smalling and Mkhitaryan, Jose
Look
and
out.
them again.
More
Look
Mickey
out.
than Smalling because Smalling used to get a lot of game time on them.
Yeah, in a sense, but as I said, they have quite a few quality players, and here's even Tyrese agreeing with me. He's saying that they have
Yeah, I was going to
Perez,
mention
Mayoral,
Zaniola.
Zaniola, but the thing is that Zaniola has become so injury prone. That's the thing, and he's a talent, yes, and Carlos Perez, as I said, and you have quite a few players, but will he actually allow these players to get enough game time? I can see this going one way. Jose will go in, Zaniola will hit the ground running, and then he'll be frozen out. I can point out a few instances. One, Jesse Lingard, then Dele Alli. Just watch. I told you guys.
Marshall.
Um, I won't even talk about Marshall in this statement. Shakes don't want to hear about him either. But in terms of players that actually succeeded, and I'm talking about, man, and Lingard was a favorite of his, and also Dele Alli when he just went in. So he'll actually have a favorite player when he goes over there, and I believe it will be Zaniolo. And then after that, he'll actually just freeze them out. But any final say from any of you guys?
Top
Glad,
4 next
glad to be
season.
in the final.
And then after that, downhill for Jose.
And for one of our viewers that has requested it on multiple occasions, well, he has said it twice. He tuned in late, but I said it at the beginning of the show. I said that Mason Mount has done very well for Chelsea, and he has cemented his place in Chelsea team and the English team. Shakes and I were two
And,
of those people actually beat him a lot. We
and
said,
this is you apologizing.
yeah, man, he actually deserves his spot, man. Can't go around that.
No, I'm
And
asking. This is you apologizing.
yeah, man, the man
Okay.
asked for it. The man asked for it
Just
today.
want
So
just want to be sure.
I actually said it, man. I remember that we spoke glowingly about him also in Iran. Remember that I was there and I was saying that, yeah, he brings something different to Chelsea that Chelsea lack and all of that. So, yeah, man, he deserves his spot. So, Casey, I hope that you're actually satisfied now. All right. With all that being said, any final words across about anything football related from any of you guys?
Yeah, UEFA Champions League. Thomas Tuchel came in. Frank Lampard was sacked. Chelsea, they were in what? About 10th. Ryan, was it 10th position?
Yeah.
You guys were very close to the relegation zone, correct?
No. We're closer to top 4 in relegation.
Top 4? All right, but you were in 10th.
Yeah.
All right. So you're you were in the middle of the table. All right. Sack Lampard, Tuchel comes in. He has played 24 games, 18 clean sheets, 2 losses. They're in an FA Cup final. They're top 4 currently, and they're in the UEFA Champions League finals. That for me is progress under a manager, right?
I see exactly where you're getting at.
Right? That for
Mm.
me is progress under a
Yeah, I think
manager,
so.
not being in second and just dilly-dallying in other
Okay, so so
competitions.
so
No,
so
but
so let me add a little clarification to this
you're
now.
second
So
and in a Europa final.
all right,
That,
Which one is the premier competition?
that don't count for
Europa
something.
League.
No, he has lost 5 semifinals.
Which
Europe,
Moving
one is the
from
Europa
semi
premier
to a final is
competition?
progress.
Shake. So you hear it from me. Europa League is a bigger competition, boss. Juventus
You
No, but
realize
I'm saying
Borussia Dortmund will be down there next season. So what
you
you talking
realize
about?
you realize Levon that you don't even talk about Europa League on this show, right?
I've been doing for the past couple shows. So
Because
don't
you
do that,
don't
man.
even rate it.
yeah.
But Shakes,
No, this is exactly why you must
where
not
I'm going
say
to
Ole is a
disagree
better
with you
coach
now, though.
to
I'm going to
Pochettino.
I'm going to disagree with you on something that you said
About
because, all right, you said Tuchel took over Chelsea wherever they were. Okay, you
10th,
said yeah, and you said how much matches under him? 24.
24,
24.
And what? Okay,
18
so
clean sheets.
let me point out a few things. Tuchel took over Chelsea. They were what? 10 points behind United, I believe. Okay, they went on what? A 10-match unbeaten streak in the Premier League. Chelsea fans saying, "Oh, we're going to pass United." Guess what? United has a game in hand. They're still currently 6 points ahead of Chelsea. And if they win that game in hand against Liverpool, they'll go 9 points. So, in terms of that, I mean, what really there is?
All
Once we
right,
come
hold on.
top four, hold on.
Ho-
Once we come top four, I win the Champions League, and I can keep on the second place.
Hold on, Ryan. Let me ask Levon this question and the many Manchester United fans. Manchester United come in second. Manchester United winning the Europa League. So those are a combination. So we do
Yeah.
those two things. Come second and win the Europa League.
Yeah.
Chelsea lose the Champions League final,
Yeah.
win the FA Cup and finish fourth. Who ends up being the more successful team in the season?
United.
Chelsea.
United.
Why?
Chelsea, because
No,
of the
hold
final.
on, Ryan.
Boss
Hold on,
man, you end
Ryan.
the
Hold on,
season.
Ryan.
All right, you end the season with the FA Cup, right?
Yes.
You come what? How much you
Second
said
place
Chelsea
in the
finish?
Hold
UEFA
on.
Champions League.
Levon, you just said Champions League is the bigger competition. You
The
just said
Premier.
that.
I just no.
You
Don't
just said
misquote
that.
me. I
So
didn't.
losing a final alone don't make Europa a better
I
competition.
said Europa League is the best competition right now. That's what I said. Don't misquote my boss.
No, you said it sarcastically.
And don't try to tell me what I said, man.
You
And he
said
has
it
not.
sarcastically.
All right, let me ask you a question. Does going to the Champions League final
Because
get you a trophy?
you don't even
Answer my
discuss Europa
question.
League on the program because you know
Ans-
it is not a competition
Ryan, I want you and
at the
Shakes to
level of
answer my
Champions League.
question because Shakes has been coming with this stupid
Hold on, no,
argument.
be objective, no, Levon, and stop
Yeah,
joke
man.
out the thing.
I'm going to be objective. Shakes has been pushing this narrative that you don't win trophies by participating. So
No, so
Shakes,
tell me why. So tell
Shakes,
me why
hold on, Shakes.
you win a
Shakes.
Europa is better than me
Finishing
Of
second in the
course.
Champions League.
in a
Of course,
Champions League final.
I
In a
end the
Champions
season
League
with a
final.
trophy. That's what Shakes you kill your own argument because you're saying that if I don't win trophies, what is there to show? Shakes, I'm just going by your whole narrative. You said one.
Okay.
Levon, you are the
Hold on,
same
hold on,
one.
hold
You are
on,
the
hold
same
on,
one.
hold
You
on.
are the
So you
same
Answer
one that says
answer
that
So hold
that
on.
trophy is
If
not
Man
a
U
major trophy.
if Man U finish the season with the Carling Cup and Chelsea lose the Champions League final, Man U had the better season because Man U win a trophy.
That's
going
exactly what
by
he said.
Shakes' narrative.
No,
This is
I'm
what Shakes
asking
said.
you. I
All
am
right, I
asking
personally.
you.
All right, listen. I personally, if you can't come with Carling Cup either, that's not a good analogy. Europa League is way above Carling Cup, so don't come to me with that.
As I
No,
said,
we
I gave
we are
my
using lesser
example.
trophies because Europa is still a lesser trophy to Champions
I
League.
gave my example. Answer my
Yeah, but
question. Who would have the more successful season?
no, but
Chelsea?
United boss who United finished second and win the Europa League. Do you get a trophy? Do you get a trophy for
No,
finishing
but
second in the Champions League?
Chelsea won the FA Cup, made the
Lose the
Champions
Champions
League.
League and finish fourth.
Boss.
Yeah, I don't see how United get the better season.
I'm trying to understand that too.
All right, so second place now. A Europa League is far way superior to FA Cup too. And as Sheikh said,
No, but is Europa League superior to Champions League?
If I end up with a Europa League title and you don't win the
All right,
Champions
fine.
League,
All right,
they
win a goal. All right, hold on. Let me put it the next way. Europa League is like a Diamond League event, right? So you win a gold medal now in Diamond League. And the Champions League is like Olympic. We get a silver medal in the Olympic. You're going to tell me that the Diamond League medal value more than the
different
Olympic
scenario
silver?
again, boss man. They can't come to with individualistic sport
Why
in
we can't do
comparison to team sport. Because
why?
number one, do you actually get a trophy for finishing second in Champions League?
Yes, it's no, not in the Champions League.
Boss, do you get a trophy for finishing second in Champions League?
No, you don't. But it's a premier competition.
Okay.
It's a premier competition. Yeah.
I rest
It's a
my
premier
case.
competition.
You don't get a trophy for finishing second and Shakes. I'm going to
All right,
beat
so
you
hold
again.
on. So
So
let me
you're,
ask you
so
this.
you're,
So
Shakes,
so
hold on.
you're,
shakes, hold
So
on.
hold
Ryan,
on. So
Ryan,
so
hold
your
on.
Ryan.
premise is
Let me
just
squash this
stupid.
with
Levon,
shakes.
let me ask you
Shakes,
this then, Levon. Let me
shakes,
ask you this, Levon.
shakes, shakes. Listen,
So what's the point? What's the point of getting up every single week and not talking about the Europa League then on the show?
because I personally don't like it. That's the point.
Exactly. Because you know it's not the
But
premier
Shakes,
competition.
you look at this now, Shakes.
That's
Why don't
exactly
you
Remember,
like the
why.
Shakes,
competition?
listen to
Why
Shakes.
don't you like the competition? I'm asking you the
Shakes,
question.
Shakes. I'm going to ask you a question. When I ask you the question, then I'll go back to your question. Number one, you, Shakes, said that second place, no matter. You basically say United being
In
in
the
second.
league. In the league.
Us, man. So what the difference with me finish second in the league and finish second in Champions League? So you tell me, hold on. Let me ask you this.
What do you mean,
So
what's the
Levon,
difference?
the answer you're giving it, you're basically saying it's not your real answer, you're just answering it to spite
Hold on,
shakes.
no, man. Listen. No. Shake. So you're saying that second place doesn't matter, right? In the league.
Second place in a league does not matter, but how you must tell me that second place in the premier competition,
Shake.
the, U,
Stop
the
it, nice
UEFA
man. So
Champions
you're
League
telling
that
me
have all the top
boss.
teams
Hold on. No.
playing?
I'm going to kill your argument in the shakes. Number
Bayern
one.
Munich, Man City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, all of them
Will you just shut up for a minute?
top teams. Please explain that.
Shakes, will you just shut up for a minute? Number one, okay? The season that Liverpool and Man City went after that title and Man City pipped them by a point. You're telling me that second place by Liverpool didn't matter?
No, it didn't. Where did they? Let me, all right. I'm glad you brought that up. Who won the Champions League?
Liverpool.
Who did everybody say had the better season in as the English team? Liverpool or Man City? Don't be disingenuous.
I don't know.
You're a liar. You
I
are
don't
a
know.
liar.
Because, all right, let me ask you a
It would
Ryan,
have
question.
to be Liverpool.
All right.
It would have to be.
Ryan, all right.
It would
All
have to
right.
be
Fix out
Liverpool.
Levon out of this. Ryan, you remember that season?
Yep.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to literally come on the next show and I am going to dig up all of the pundits and all of the tweets and everything, and I'm going to have it on a piece of paper and I'm going to paste
All
it
right.
right here.
All right.
Because
Listen.
you're
Listen
being
now. Listen now.
disingenuous, Levon.
You listen to me now,
Everybody, I
keenly.
remember.
So shakes.
Hold on. Second,
Shakes.
hold
Do
on.
you
Wait.
remember?
Second, let me give another example.
I'm going to
Real
mute you in the
Madrid
shakes.
won the
I'm going to mute you. If you don't listen, I'm going to mute you. Listen.
Come on.
All right.
Seriously?
One, Tottenham Hotspurs
Seriously?
came. Tottenham Hotspurs went to a Champions League final. Anybody remember them? Nobody remember Tottenham said they go on no Champions League
Levon.
final. Nobody does.
Real Madrid won the UEFA Champions League 3 years in a row. Barcelona, they won the league. Who did everybody say have the better season? Real Madrid or Barcelona?
Yeah, guess what you said? You said one. That's what you said, One. That's the key thing, And just like the parallel that you draw for with.
No, I think you have to be honest though. You have to compare everything. Look at the dynamics of everything. You can't just say, "Oh, you lose a final, so you never have a good season." If my final is in a more
It's a bigger
premier
final.
competition, and I don't win that final and you win in a lower tier competition,
Exactly.
that's like saying winning the English championship is better than coming second in the Premier League.
All right, let me ask you a question because that point I just made is nonsense as well. All right, look at
How
this
is
now.
it nonsense? Is that
Hold
second tier competition to the top tier?
Listen. So you remember that season that Wigan won the FA Cup? I believe it was the FA Cup.
Oh Lord.
Are you telling
And they
me
get
that?
relegated.
Yeah, and they got relegated, right? So you're telling me that they won the FA Cup and the team that they actually beat in that FA Cup finished above them in the league. Who had the better season?
Well, them get relegated to City.
Okay. I rest my case.
So you know why that is a bad example? Because you're talking about a team that got relegated. Give me another example of a team that does not get relegated.
It's still a trophy that was won, and also you draw for the parallel with Liverpool. Liverpool finished what? Second in the table.
Yes.
Okay.
And they were seen as the best team in the world because they won the
Shakes.
Champions League, not Man City.
And you just make me point for me again because I'm saying they want do you get a trophy for finishing second?
No,
No, you
boss.
can't
It's
just
the
that's
premier.
like
Does anybody remember? Do
listen,
anybody
Premier.
remember?
hold on. This argument coming like when people are saying Messi no good because him don't have a World Cup. It just don't make no sense.
It's just I wanna argue nonsensical because all right, what I keep on pushing, right? Look at it. Boom. Does any of you guys, well, you might remember about, do anybody talk about one Tottenham Hotspurs finishing coming second in the Champions League? Anybody talk about it again?
Yeah, sometimes.
Come on,
Them say the
Ryan.
best.
How often?
Yeah, of
How
course
often
people
do you
still
hear
talk
people
about it.
talk about that? How often? And you're comparing, your Shakes argument, you know. So Liverpool finished second in the league, a point behind City. Liverpool went on to win the Champions League. Chelsea might end up finishing fourth. You see the big difference, second in comparison to fourth, and then also lose the Champions League as well. And you're going to tell me, boss,
Hold on, is there a big
boss,
difference between second and fourth, though?
of course,
Because
What is
second
it?
and
What
fourth
of
is
get
the
to the
course, there's a
same
big
difference?
prize, you
difference.
know.
You want me to show
Second
you the
and
big
difference?
fourth
difference?
get to the same prize, you know.
You want me
Thank
to
you.
show you the what?
Are the
What you
same
mean by
thing.
what?
I
So
just
you're going to
prize
tell me,
money alone
Second and
different.
fourth
so these men are
get
going to
to the
break it down to
same
money now.
prize.
Really? You're going to come to me with this money argument. No, I'm not do that, man.
No, we're not talking
Don't
about the
do
money
that.
part. We're talking about the Champions League part.
All right.
Second and fourth get to the
Coming
same
fourth,
thing.
boss man, coming fourth and losing Champions League in comparison to coming second and winning Champions League. That's there's
Levon,
no
let me ask you
comparison.
this. Let
This
me
is
ask you
not
this
this.
No,
other
no, hold
question.
on, Levon.
Let me ask you this
Apparently,
other question.
hold on, Levon. Apparently, you misunderstand the question. You never remember the part about winning the FA Cup.
Let me
Yeah,
ask you
but
That
this
was
question,
also
Levon.
adding that, and even if you're adding the FA Cup not carry much weight just like that.
it
Just
does
like,
carry a lot of weight.
not like it once did. Not like it once did. And
I don't know about that.
top four. All right, let me ask you guys a question. Finishing top four or FA Cup, which one carry more weight?
No, you're separating two things right now.
You know what's very sad? You know what's very sad? You know what's very sad?
You're separating them.
You know what's very sad? For a man that openly admits that he doesn't talk about a particular competition because it's second rate, it's very sad that that competition that never ever gets the name not even get called, right? But if a man or if a particular club win it, all of a sudden, oh yeah, man, is a trophy and it's the biggest thing since sliced bread. When Arsenal win it, when Chelsea win it, when other teams win it, you hear say, oh yo, what kind of competition that be? Second rate competition. But guess what? It's only way if Manchester United win it. You hear that? Oh yeah, man, are the greatest thing.
All right.
Listen, it
and
has
I'm
always
I'm going to
been a second-rate
Brethren,
competition and will
I
always
rather
be a
lose.
second-rate
I
competition.
rather lose the Champions League final than to win the Europa League.
Thank you.
Never be honest with you.
I rather win the Europa League, finish second in the league because guess what? That guarantees me top four and a trophy.
Okay.
And also, I'm going to Ryan. Why did you draw for that track comparison? So, Shakes, let me ask you this question. Let me ask you guys this question. What do people remember? Hold on now, what do people remember you and Blake for? Do they remember you and Blake for finishing second behind the greatest of all time, Usain Bolt? Or do they
his world championship medal? His second place finishes at the Olympics. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. People remember him for coming second to Bolt. Stop it.
Boy.
There's no boss man, there's no way a world championship gold medal can rate higher than coming second to Usain Bolt. Come on. Stop being disingenuous, boss.
Shakes, you chat too much and you chat too much foolishness. That's your problem.
Stop it.
People, boss man, me are in this sports long enough. What do people remember you and Blake about
Oh,
the
sorry. They
most
actually
that
him
was
for
a
winning the
pass.
2011 World Championship, and they remember him for running 19.26 and him running 99.69. My God, yes, brilliant. Oh, let's forget that he has double Olympic silver medals, second to Usain Bolt. Oh, no problem, boss. No problem. Let's just forget that, because guess what? The Olympics is second rate, and coming second in the Olympics is actually worse than being the world champion. Cool. All right. No problem. But guess what? Guess who beat me at the Olympics while I came second in both races? Usain Bolt. Uh, anybody know Usain Bolt? Oh yeah. Oh, let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh my
Shake
You're
God.
a
the talk and
joker,
you talk
man.
your crap. But
You're a joker.
I just draw for a comparison just because I drew for this
No, but
individualistic sport. I'm saying
your
no, no, no.
comparison and mine are two separate
They're
comparisons.
not. They're not the
I
exact
was I
same
was
thing. Ryan,
comparing the
Ryan,
tiers.
Ryan. What
I
I
was
keep on telling you
comparing
guys.
tiers in terms of track and field. You were not. I was comparing matching tiers in track and field to
Exactly.
Ryan,
football.
The man
Ryan,
bring up
Ryan.
You were
Diamond
not.
League. The
What I've
man
been
bring
bringing
up
across to you, though,
Diamond
Ryan, is
League.
that what I've been bringing across to you is that you can't compare individualistic sports to team sports. That was what you did. That was what
Yes,
you
we
did. So
can.
I'm
And
just
people
I
always
don't see
do
why I
it.
couldn't.
shakes people
People
do it, and
always do it.
it is a stupid thing to do.
So
That's the
hold on.
point
So
I'm
so so
bringing
hold on.
across.
So why do we rate somebody that plays a team sport as the greatest athlete ever? Answer that question. When you
It's
when you give
based
me that answer, tell me.
because of their individualistic performances. That's the
The
thing.
what? The what?
Individual performance is just like
Thank you.
Messi. People are gonna come with
Thank
Messi and
you.
say Messi versus this or that. But
Thank you.
we're talking
Individual.
we're
Okay.
talking about we're talking about team sports vis-a-vis that. You're saying that, oh, I came second in the Champions League is equivalent to no, boss. Nobody remember second place in the
Okay,
Champions
sir.
League.
So
Let me ask
okay,
you a
so
question. All right,
uh,
Ryan, right off the top of your head, right? Right off the top of your head, who came second in Champions League in 2015, 2016?
who win 2016 again?
Okay, I rest my case again.
Well, I'm not even remember who win 2016.
Madrid.
Atletico.
2015, 2016.
Yeah, me just have kind of remember who
All
win.
right.
Remember
2016, 2017.
who they win it
Madrid.
again? Madrid again.
Yeah. They won 3
Uh,
straight.
Liverpool was it? 17 was
Correct.
Liverpool. Yeah.
Okay. 2018, 2019.
19 was
20 who? 20, you're asking 20 what?
19 was
18,
Liverpool.
19.
So
That's
Tottenham.
Liverpool.
So Tottenham.
Okay. So you
What
see
you
how
trying
long
to?
it take to answer that? No, I'm going
No,
to
me have
just
to try
pick your
remember
brain
who
up.
win. I have to
2010.
remember the winner to
Back to
remember who
2010.
they
Who
play
came
against.
second 2010?
Bayern
Who win
Munich.
2010?
Simple.
Barca?
No.
Oh,
Inter Milan
2010
won that
was
title.
Inter. It
I
was
answer the
Inter
question
and
already for you,
Bayern,
Ryan.
yeah.
Bayern
Inter
came
Bayern.
second.
And Inter one, yeah.
So you see how long you guys took to answer the
No, but
question?
Who
we
took
just
long?
remember
But
who
me answer
win.
the question long time. So ask your next
Second
one.
doesn't matter.
No, I
That's the
don't know
Ask
what
your
point.
you're
next
trying.
one.
Second
I
place
don't
in
know the point
Champions
you're
League
trying
gets
to
you
make.
nothing.
I don't know the point you're trying to make. It's not like my answer who win and couldn't remember who come second. We couldn't even remember who win.
All right. This was actually a fun part. I'm sure I really enjoyed this segment of the
Y'all
show.
are crazy, man.
And
It's only Manchester United fans alone, that would tell me that winning a second-rate competition is better than finishing second in the Champions League.
Shakes, you and I just went down this road.
Man,
We're
you
not going to
fans
do
is
it
the only
again.
fans that do tell me say Carling Cup better
Only
than FA Cup because they win Carling Cup.
crazy. Come on, man.
Just like it's Chelsea fans that actually tell me that, guess what? Nothing is wrong with rioting in Manchester United Stadium. I mean, there you go.
No, it was about the rioting in general.
um,
It's about real
um, we have reached the end of the live. It was an entertaining live, and honestly, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And as I said, to the back end of the show was the best part of it. I really enjoyed this. We need to have more of this, and we will. Don't worry yourself, guys. There will be more of these type of discussions. And it was nice to have all our viewers with us tonight. Shakes joined late, but he had some controversy and some entertainment to the show, as always. Ren held the fort right through that with me, and
Sorry, guys, for tuning in late.
Boss man, next time I do it, I go ban from the show for 2 months.
Yeah, I'm
but
sorry.
but thanks to all our viewers who have been here with us from the get go. And at one point we had over 30 odd viewers right through the night, and we had over like 200 comments, and we really appreciate this, guys, because over the past months and thing like that, we have seen the views dipped and thing like that, and we don't like that. We're not happy about that. We can't keep on having these nice discussions and you're not on hand to witness all this greatness, because this is greatness right in front of your eyes. We might not be there yet, but we're on our way. And just stay tuned, because Shakes actually makes more sense on this show than it does on radio. I can tell you that much.
Oh, come
Shakes
on.
is Shakes is Shakes is in his comfort zone right here. When he's on the
Yeah,
radio,
because
Shakes
I
give
beat
you
I
a lot
beat the
of
Man U
garbage.
fans. I beat the Man U fans on the other show. And them
But
just don't like beating.
yeah, just like I said that what do you get for participating? Say no more. Thanks
Nothing.
to the producer Josh Carl for making this possible. He's the one that gets a lot of these viewers at nights, and I say thank you to him. And as I said before, thanks to all our viewers, and big things are coming up. So just keep on stay tuned and keep on tuning in. Until next time, which more than likely will be Friday. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be here. So long.